What happened inside that container? What nightmare did Kayla survive at the hands of an alleged serial killer? It's the story that has never been told. Today, she reveals all. But first, Kayla's mother, Bobby Newsom, is here in an exclusive interview. This is her story. Before we even get started, how are you doing through all of this? As a parent, I cannot even imagine what you've gone through.
It lets you know just how strong you can be. It challenges everything that you are. No parent should ever have to experience not knowing where your child is. Having the idea to actually pass through your mind that she may not come back.
So who was it that first said, I should be hearing from her, but I'm not?
That would have been her friend. There was actually several friends because they had made plans to have like a dinner.
Yeah, and she doesn't show,
well,
and they don't hear from her.
Exactly. And, they were calling her to make sure everything was, and get a time and stuff like that. And she wasn't answering anybody.
Once you realize, because her car's parked at her apartment, and you realize she is missing.
Well, see, I thought at first it was just them messing with me because, I guess I wanted it to be, if that,
Of course, you believe anything. You want to believe anything, but
that's the reason I didn't call the police first. I know that sounds horrible, but I started calling a couple of friends and her friends, and then but when I realized it hit home a little more.
As a parent, take me through the moment when you realized there's foul play here. My daughter's been taken.
Even though I knew it wasn't right because she wasn't contacting anybody, she wasn't on social media. In my mind, I guess as a parent wanting the best case scenario, I was hoping they'd went to the beach and just didn't want, I just had to keep telling myself, she's okay, we can find her, she's okay. There is something going on, but she's strong. If she's with Charlie, I knew him. They're both very strong people, both very happy with life people.
Once you said, something's gone wrong, this isn't a stunt, they're not off somewhere at a beach or whatever. Once it hit you, there's foul play here. Somebody's done something to my daughter. What was your theory about what had happened?
I had a couple of different theories, like they're both very trusting people. Maybe they went to help somebody and foul play happened that way. I didn't want to have a theory. I didn't want to think something bad had happened.
You knew that they were both missing at the same time.
Yes.
So you thought whatever's happened has happened to both of them?
Yes.
Was there ever a time that you were suspect of Charlie?
With it being my daughter, I'm like, well, of course. Everything went through my mind.
Right.
I was even like, well, maybe they got in an argument and took off and then they, went their separate ways and for whatever reason they can't get back, the car broke down. Or, I wanted to think the best case scenario with everything. But there was a point, but it didn't last because I know what kind of person he was.
After searching for her for 2 months, handing out flyers, doing everything we could do, my friends would ask me, do you think Kayla is dead? And I would tell them, unfortunately, I think there's a 99.9% chance that she probably is.
At this point, was it in your mind that you're searching for your daughter or you're searching for your daughter's body?
I was searching for my daughter. I never was expecting to recover her. I was expecting to find her.
How about the people around you? Were they more skeptical?
They were like, we're gonna find her, we're gonna find her. And then after, of course, about a month or so, especially I remember someone said, at this point you need to realize that there's a possibility that when you find her, she's not gonna be alive. And me being mom, I basically said, I don't expect you to ever speak to me again. I know that might have been a little harsh, but that's not something a mom wants to hear. And I was like, my daughter may be going through something really horrific right now, but she's out there, and I'm gonna find her.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.